Hi there, my name is Juliana Velkeringi, and I'm a travel lover, life learner, and food eater. Study abroad gave me the opportunity to be all these things and more, and I'm interested in working for the Global Degree Academy because I want to enable other students to achieve both their academic and travel goals by connecting them with the resources that they need to be successful and by showing them how travel can contribute to their educations. So, for my staff creative project, I'll be taking us on a week-long journey of Argentina. Ready? Let's go. Argentina is probably best known for Messi and tango, but this colorful country has so much more to offer than that. Before we get started, here's what you need to know. In Argentina, the locals will tell you that they speak Castellano, not Espanol, instead deriving the name for their language from the Castile region of Spain. Phrases to know include por favor, please, gracias, thank you, and as always, salud or cheers, a word that will come in handy when drinking the local beer Quimez. And the terrain spans from everything from the Andes Mountains to glaciers in the south to waterfalls that rank among the 7 natural wonders of the world. Bienvenido! Let's get started. We'll begin our journey in Mendoza, located in the western region of Argentina amongst the striking Andes Mountains, and is also well known for having some of the most beautiful vineyards. We'll spend our time here stretching our legs, hiking, horseback riding, exploring. For the outdoor enthusiasts, there's also whitewater rafting and rock climbing. For the rest of us, though, there's wine tastings. For our first day, we'll hike to the Mount Aconcagua base camp. This is the tallest mountain outside of Asia. We'll have to get an early start for the drive, and then we'll hike about 10 miles to the Confluencia, which is the first base camp. The views of the mountains are, needless to say, absolutely incredible. And after a long day of hiking, we'll head back to Mendoza for dinner. Argentinian cuisine is known for meat, and, you guessed it, more meat. So I think after a long day of hiking, we'll enjoy a little bit of indulgence. For our second day, we will explore Mendoza's vineyards. For those of us who are feeling adventurous, we'll take a scenic horseback ride through the vineyards where we'll learn about the environmental balance and the efficient use of the local ecosystem's natural resources. For those of us who aren't up for horseback riding, we can arrange a tour of the wineries through other transportation. But this is a great opportunity to familiarize ourselves with an important part of Argentina's economy while enjoying its culture and flavors. Then it's off to the capital of Argentina, Buenos Aires. Together we will explore the factors that make Buenos Aires so unique, from its location as a port city and large immigrant population lending it a distinctly European air, to its history of political upheaval and economic instability, to the evolution of the tango, which is a quintessential part of the porteño spirit, porteños being the people of Buenos Aires, also known as port people. Our second day in Buenos Aires will start out with some time for the students to catch up on their studies at the Biblioteca Nacional de Maestros. I chose this library out of the many beautiful libraries in Buenos Aires because the building was constructed in the spirit of emphasizing the importance of education. Located within the historical Palacio Sarmiento, the library was founded by La Generación del Ochenta, or the 1880s generation, whose primary objective was to promote the educational system in Argentina and cultivate a literary and cultural identity for its citizens. The library offers a collection of over 200,000 pieces and has a spacious reading room and Wi-Fi access. In short, I could think of no better place to absorb knowledge than surrounded by the physical embodiment of Argentina's founding fathers' love of education. Following a productive morning and large lunch, probably in the form of some more hearty asado barbecue, we will round up in the afternoon for a group lesson and discussion. The topic of our discussion will be Argentine history through the eyes of its extraordinary women. In a place known for machismo and emphasizing male pride, we will expand our understanding of Argentine history from a completely different perspective by taking a look at some of Argentina's most influential women, including Evita, Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, and even Mafalda. We'll follow Argentina's history from colonial times and independence to civil war and the expansion of the late 1800s to the late 20th century and early 21st century, while examining the role of women throughout history. In the evening, we'll dive into a quintessential part of knowing Buenos Aires by taking a tango lesson. Tango is the heart and soul of Buenos Aires. It's sad, emotional, and full of upheaval. While in Buenos Aires, there are many places where you can watch tango being performed in the streets, the squares, and the restaurants. But to get the true feel for tango, we'll have to experience it ourselves. Don't worry, no previous experience is required. To end our trip to Buenos Aires, we'll talk about the most important part of any culture, the food. All around the world, people come together over food and have traditions around sharing a meal. The dishes themselves may be different, but the act of sharing a meal is the same everywhere. And as such, I found that it's the best way to get to know people. There's something about coming together over food and sharing a meal that prompts people to open up about themselves and tell their stories. And you get to know them so much more quickly than, for example, just by grabbing a coffee. So, for our last experience in Buenos Aires, we will learn how to cook a traditional Argentine meal with a real porteño. Now, onto our final stop in Argentina, the Iguazu Falls. Here we will stand in awe at the sheer power and beauty of nature. The Iguazu Falls are made up of 14 waterfalls, the largest of which is the 150-meter Garganta del Diablo, or the Devil's Throat. The viewing point from the Argentine side is right on the edge of the thundering water. It's parts exhilarating, parts terrifying, and completely unforgettable. You will probably get wet. We'll spend a full day hiking around the falls before heading to the Puerto Iguazu for the remainder of our trip. Our final day in Argentina will be another study day for the students. Although the main draw for this city is naturally the falls, Puerto Iguazu also offers museums, restaurants, cafes, and street shopping. When they're not hitting the books, the students can explore the Mamborrey Museum, which has the handiwork of the native Indian tribes, or even the Natural Science Museum. To recap, our journey to Argentina will take us through Mendoza, Buenos Aires, and the Misiones province. We will stare in awe at the beauty of nature from the towering Andes Mountains to the plummeting Iguazu Falls. We will learn about the turbulent and unique history of Argentina and the women who define Argentina from Evita to Mother Nature. I hope you're as excited to get on the road with the Global Degree Academy as I am. Thank you so much for watching.